February 1, 2026 Tejas barges in aggressively and tries to grab Naina by force, triggering panic and fear. Catha immediately steps in front of Naina, standing firmly by her side and refusing to let Tejas touch her. UV loses his temper and strikes Tejas, warning him to leave immediately and never return. The confrontation leaves everyone shaken. Overwhelmed by traumatic memories of her past with Tejas, Naina breaks down emotionally and collapses, leaving Catha and UV deeply worried about her condition. February 2, 2026 Tejas once again attempts to forcibly seize Naina, repeating his threatening behavior and causing chaos. Catha courageously shields Naina, making it clear she will not allow Tejas to harm her. UV intervenes forcefully, attacking Tejas and ordering him to stay away. Although Tejas retreats, the damage is done. Naina, deeply traumatized by the encounter and haunted by her painful past, faints once more, highlighting the severity of her emotional wounds. February 3, 2026 Chandrika openly opposes the idea of Naina staying at the Jindal house, expressing concern over social reputation and family honor. However, Ishwar firmly supports Naina and declares that she will remain under their protection, regardless of opposition. His decision creates tension within the household. Meanwhile, UV secretly plans to keep his marriage hidden from the outside world, believing secrecy will protect everyone involved, even as it complicates Catha's position. February 4, 2026 The Jindal family celebrates Raksha Bandhan together with rituals, laughter, and symbolic warmth. For a brief moment, harmony fills the house. However, the mood shifts drastically when Tammy manipulates UV with her words. Influenced by her instigation, UV angrily accuses Catha of poisoning his tea. The accusation shocks Catha and creates visible tension between them, souring the festive atmosphere. February 5, 2026 UV's harsh declaration that he will throw Catha out of the Jindal house deeply wounds her emotionally. She feels humiliated and unwanted despite her efforts. Later, Catha opens up to Naina, sharing her determination to sell herbal tea and repay her debt to UV. She explains that settling the debt is not just about money, but about protecting her self-respect and independence. February 6, 2026 Catha feels deeply uncomfortable when she overhears UV speaking badly about her and refusing to acknowledge her as his wife. His words sting, making her feel invisible and disrespected. Adding to her pain, Tammy openly insults Catha, further undermining her position in the household. Catha struggles silently, holding on to her dignity despite constant humiliation. February 7, 2026 On Independence Day, Catha attempts to sell her herbal tea, hoping it will mark the beginning of her independence. Unfortunately, her efforts initially fail, leaving her disheartened and embarrassed. Just as she is about to give up, Arya steps in and supports her. He helps her set up a stall at the local fair, giving her a second chance to succeed. February 8, 2026 Catha feels a surge of happiness when customers begin praising her herbal tea, appreciating its taste and quality. The positive response restores her confidence and strengthens her resolve. Later, UV informs the family that Catha was selling tea at the Independence Day fair. His announcement sparks mixed reactions, with some questioning her intentions and others silently impressed. February 9, 2026 When Chandrika and Ishwar openly humiliate UV's mother, she becomes deeply hurt and furious by their words. The insult triggers emotional unrest within the family. Later, tensions escalate when Catha confronts UV about his behavior and lack of support. Their argument intensifies unresolved resentment between them. February 10, 2026 UV fumes with anger as Ishwar and Chandrika continue to insult his mother, making him feel powerless and enraged. At the same time, Catha is burdened with handling all the festival responsibilities alone, feeling overwhelmed and disrespected. She confronts UV for humiliating her repeatedly. The clash deepens their emotional distance. February 11, 2026 inches front of the media. UV openly disregards Catha and refuses to acknowledge her as his wife. The public rejection shatters Catha emotionally. Later, chaos erupts at the Jindal house when food served by UV causes several guests' children to fall sick. Panic spreads, and blame quickly begins to circulate. February 12, 2026 Catha steps up to protect the Jindal family's reputation during the crisis. She investigates the issue and proves that the food had been deliberately tampered with, saving UV from police arrest. Her courage and intelligence prevent further damage. UV finally acknowledges Catha's unwavering support and feels genuinely grateful for her actions. February 13, 2026 Catha remains worried about repaying her debt to UV, while also chasing her dream of becoming a certified herbal expert. The pressure weighs heavily on her. Meanwhile, Tejas secretly follows Perry, observing her movements. At the same time, Tammy continues to poison UV's mind against Catha, fueling misunderstandings. February 14, 2026 Tammy manipulates the family against Catha, accusing her of using UV to clear Mohan's debts. Her words create suspicion and resentment. Meanwhile, Tejas attempts to bully Naina once again. Catha courageously intervenes and protects Naina, standing strong against Tejas despite the danger. February 15, 2026 Catha seeks Ishwar's permission to work, explaining that earning independently will help her repay UV and maintain her dignity. Ishwar listens thoughtfully. Later, UV becomes emotional after reading a letter that appears to be written by his mother. The letter stirs deep nostalgia and unresolved longing within him. February 15, 2026 Catha seeks Ishwar's permission to work, explaining that earning independently will help her repay UV and maintain her dignity. Ishwar listens thoughtfully. Later, UV becomes emotional after reading a letter that appears to be written by his mother. The letter stirs deep nostalgia and unresolved longing within him. February 16, 2026 UV grows anxious about his upcoming investor pitch, feeling immense pressure to succeed. Meanwhile, Catha accidentally discovers Perry's secret internship as a radio jockey. Despite his nervousness, UV impresses everyone at the pitch event. He dedicates his success to his mother, earning admiration and applause. February 17, 2026 As UV continues to worry about his investor presentation, Catha processes the truth about Perry's hidden internship. Later, UV once again captures the audience's hearts during the event. He credits his victory to his mother, unaware of the emotional support Catha provided behind the scenes. February 18, 2026 Catha gently encourages Perry to be honest with her family about her dreams and aspirations. She believes honesty will eventually bring acceptance. Later, UV credits the cafe idea entirely to Tammy, failing to recognize Catha's contributions, which deeply hurts her, but she chooses silence. February 19, 2026 Ishwar mocks UV for running cafes in his mother's name, questioning his motives. UV firmly declares that he will find his mother through the cafe initiative. Later, Ishwar unexpectedly praises Catha for settling her debt to UV using her own earnings, acknowledging her sincerity and hard work. February 20, 2026 UV encourages Catha for standing up for her self-respect, surprising her with his support. The moment offers brief emotional relief. Meanwhile, Tejas blackmails Catha by using Perry as leverage, placing her in a dangerous and distressing situation. February 21st, 2026 Shikha scolds Perry harshly for secretly working and lying to the family. She warns Perry to stop immediately and forbids her from revealing the truth. Meanwhile, Ambika exposes Perry's employment to Ishwar, igniting another family confrontation. February 22nd, 2026 When Ishwar confronts Perry about secretly working, Perry shifts the blame onto Catha to protect herself. The accusation shocks Catha. Meanwhile, Tejas deceives Perry by lying to her, manipulating her vulnerability for his own benefit. February 23rd, 2026 Catha once again encourages Perry to speak honestly to her family about her dreams. Later, UV attributes the cafe concept to Tammy, remaining unaware of Catha's involvement. The continued erasure of her efforts leaves Catha emotionally conflicted. February 24th, 2026 Shikha scolds Perry again for deceiving the family and demands she quit working immediately. She strictly orders Perry to keep the matter secret. Meanwhile, Ambika informs Ishwar about Perry's job, intensifying family tensions once more. February 25th, 2026 Catha and UV's conflicts reach a breaking point, forcing Catha to leave the Jindal house along with Naina. As they depart, Tejas notices them and issues a chilling warning, threatening to take Naina away from Catha, escalating the danger. February 26, 2026 Tammy reveals to the family that UV sold Catha's herbal tea to protect her self-respect, changing perceptions. Later, UV lashes out at Catha, accusing her of ruining his life by hiding the truth about Tejas. His anger masks deep regret and confusion. February 27, 2026 UV rushes Catha to the hospital when her condition worsens. The doctor warns that she may slip into a coma, leaving UV terrified. In desperation, he arranges plants around her bed, believing their presence will help her heal, reflecting his emotional dependence on her. February 28, 2026 When Catha sleepwalks, UV catches her just in time, preventing her from falling. Relief washes over him when she regains consciousness. He gently tends to her, overwhelmed with emotion, and finally expresses his remorse and regret, acknowledging the pain he caused her.